Welcome everyone to episode 70 of Video Game Book Club. I'm Tubby Mora, and today I am joined by Nakuso and Tailman. Say hello, everyone.
Hello. Hey, everybody.
Hello.
This time around, we're going to be talking about Serious Sam 4. This game was developed by Crow Team, published by Devolver Digital, and was originally released on September 24th, 2020 for PC, and of course, everyone's favorite gaming console, Google Stadia. Woo! Amazing.
Was it really?
Yeah, it came out on Google Stadia.
There's no way.
So this was a Google Stadia launch title. That's awesome, right? That's cool.
Are you serious? I never knew that.
Me neither.
Anyways, yeah.
On Serious Sam's Steam page, it reads, quote, "Humanity is under siege as the full force of Mental's hordes spread across the world, ravaging what remains of a broken and beaten civilization. The last remaining resistance to the invasion is the Earth Defense Force, led by Sam Serious Stone and his heavily armed squad of misfit commandos. Crow Team returns with a high-powered prequel to the Serious Sam series that scales up chaos to unprecedented levels. The classic Serious Sam formula is revamped by putting an unstoppable arsenal up against an unimaginable number of enemies that requires players to circle strafe and backpedal blast their way out of impossible situations." Whoa. But that's how the website describes the game. How would everyone here describe the game? And the order of presenting will be Tailman, Nakuso, and then Tubby Mora. And please be advised, there may be spoilers ahead. With that said, let's get started. Question 1. Describe the game in one sentence. Take it away, Tailman.
All right. How do I start off this game? It is. It's,
Yeah.
Okay. If you want a crap ton of enemies at once, and you feel like you don't know what's happening, this is the game for you. Because that's what I felt the whole time. It's just, what is going on? I'm like, okay. This game is just balls to the wall, bro. That's all I can say.
Dang. All right.
So yeah, I love that description of the I think that was the longest one, Toby. Describe the game.
That was.
I was like, are you like reading like a novel?
Yeah, that was the whole description.
Man, I would love to play that game we just
That game sounds amazing.
anyway, okay. So for me, Serious Sam 4 is a seriously unpolished game, but it has the best gunplay in the series, but it has the worst secrets. Next.
Dang. Damn, man, you missed your chance, man. You're supposed to throw a serious in there.
I'll do it later, I promise.
All right, cool. Yeah, you're still plenty of time. For me, This game makes me feel like I'm seriously Jank 4. But it's my favorite Serious Sam game because it's the only one I have played. Seriously. Question 2. What platform did you play the game on? What difficulty did you play on? And how many serious hours did it take you to finish the game? Take it away, Tailman.
Oh, we played this game on PC or through Steam. It took us about, 14 to 16 hours, depending if you don't want to count the troubleshooting. And we played it on the serious difficulty. Was it serious or insane? I can't remember.
That's serious.
All right, we played serious difficulty. Next.
Well, I played this game, believe it or not, on Steam with Tubby Mora and Tailman.
Ooh.
And it's kind of crazy, but I also use a mouse and keyboard, specifically a Razer mouse and a Cooler Master keyboard.
Nice.
We played on serious difficulty. Well, actually, we started on normal difficulty, but then it was too easy. And I asked everyone, do you want to play the serious? And everyone was like, sure. And that was a serious mistake. Anyway, it took around 14 hours, but like Thomas said, probably like 1 or 2 of those hours was replaying a level due to unforeseen consequences.
Okay, G-Man, calm down.
Oh my god. Well, I played on Steam with the boys. Tailman and Nakuso. That's crazy, isn't it? on we actually played on a variety of different difficulties from what I remember. When the game was somehow working and not seriously crashing, we were playing on serious difficulty. But then when the game would crash randomly or bug out, we would switch it to easy so we can get back to where we were at in progress-wise. So in total, 14.1 serious hours is what I clocked in. And I'm sure, just like what Tailman Noxo said, I'm sure at least 2 of those were trying to do some serious troubleshooting with the game. So that's that's how it is, unfortunately. But anyways... Yeah. We're going to keep it going here. Question 3. Describe your playstyle towards the game. Tailman, take it away. Seriously.
I took the serious route of the weapons, so I went straight for just dual wielding as soon as I saw it. So I built my way up from only dual wielding the pistols and knives to like basically all the weapons in the series. I thought I would like the mix and matching dual weapons, but I ended up disliking it because you have to constantly actively select it.
Dude, same.
For it to work. Mm-hmm. So I just ended up sticking with just dual wielding the same weapon, and it felt more enjoyable from there. Because after adding that element of mixing and matching, I could see where it went with, but it just wasn't for me. I just went straight arcade, turn off brain, shoot bad guy mode. So I just chose the everything but that one ability to mix and match, and I had complete fun after that. All being able to dual wield the freaking the Devastators. It was magical.
So much fun.
Yeah, it was so good. So I definitely went the gunslinger route. It's the closest you can feel to being the Gunzerker from Borderlands 2 without being the Gunzerker, if that makes any sense. So, yeah, that's the playstyle I went with. I just rushed in. I held shift, pressed W, held left click. Next.
All right. Well, we did a lot of side quests, and we found a lot of secrets when he appeared. And yeah, I would say most of the time we tried to do as much as we could throughout the game when it worked. As I mentioned, we went full serious mode.
Serious.
So we had a limited number of lives. I think it was 50. Sometimes it was 30. And then when the game didn't work, it was on easy. All right. No, all right. I'm gonna be serious. All right. So with the skill tree, I opted to go for faster reloading, dual weapons, looter shooter to get more ammo when you kill enemies. And I didn't really go into the melee tree just because I let Tubby test it out for me, and I made the right decision to not go over there.
Oh no!
Yeah, it was great. I actually had a great time. I didn't really do the other thing that Tillman did with the different weapon switching for your primary and secondary. So for me, kind of just went the standard route, and yeah, I had a blast doing it. How about you, Tubby? How was your experience?
My serious experience. At first, I tried so hard. I tried, almost had an aneurysm trying to make this work. I attempted to focus on the right side of the skill tree, and I attempted to do all melee. But man, it was seriously whack. And I know it's bad because Tailman also tried it, and he was going through the same. The moment Tailman said, "Let me try melee," I already knew his death counter was going to skyrocket. And lo and behold,
you're going to go down.
He was dying like every 15 seconds. I kid you not.
Yeah, I was.
I'll go more into it later, but man, I just melee side of the tree, immediately swapped to the left side of the skill tree, which is like all the gun focused stuff. It was a lot of fun. Went guns blazing. There really wasn't a specific weapon I stuck with. I just cycled over to the next gun that had ammo, spamming bullets down a long corridor style, just spray and pray. Something will eventually hit. And yeah, it's kind of like what Noxo was saying. We did focus on main missions. We did search for some secrets, or I guess air quotes secrets. And we did some side objectives whenever they popped up. But yeah, pretty much we just played it, finished the main story. If any side quest stuff popped up, we went and did it. But yeah, that is my serious playstyle for question 3. Question 4. What are 2 things you like about the game and why? And we will be alternating for this one. Take it away, Tailman.
Well, if it wasn't obvious already, one thing I liked about this game was the serious gameplay. They really, compared to the other Serious Sam games, this one really added to it and definitely made it a lot more streamlined for what it was. And I definitely enjoyed every second of it because being able to dual wield weapons, I wished you could have been able to dual wield from the get go, like in earlier games, like the minigun or the Devastator or even the auto shotgun. Just to name a few. Heck, even the Tommy gun, basically all the guns that could be dual wielded was such a nice change. Essentially, I felt like I was playing like a good old game of like I don't know, time splitters. Just moving around so quick, shooting everything, just like an arcadey shooter.
Mhm.
It was fantastic. The gunplay was definitely improved over the last few other Serious Sam games for sure. So that's one of the things I really liked about this game for sure. Next.
All right. Wow. It's to be said, Tubby is probably in agreement with me. The music for this game
Frick.
is seriously amazing.
Yes.
Mhm.
Dude. I looked it up. The composer, Damian, I believe that's how you say it. He's Croatian, which I didn't know until recently that Croteam is
Oh.
literally taking part of Croatia and put it in its name. I was like, oh, that makes such a lot of sense.
know
Yeah, the
that.
Croatians. Yeah.
I did not know that.
I would say the music has always been a standout in the series, and I feel like it's gotten to its peak of this game. You have your orchestra that plays dynamically when going into like battle. It's awesome. It's like high octane. You have your chanting. You have some really serious badass moments. And I also learned from looking it up after looking for the OST and just listening to a few songs. Some of the songs are callbacks, like the Cathedral theme. That's the song that I think you like the best, Tubby, with the really like God of War / like actiony
yeah.
/ like Horizon 0
Mhm.
type of soundtrack that we heard for that one level. That is actually a remix of the Cathedral theme from Serious Sam 2. I mean, Serious Sam: The Second Encounter towards the end of the game.
Oh, no wonder. Okay.
But this time, instead of just having a song, they added lyrics to it and and it remixed it. So
No
I thought that was a
wonder.
really cool. Like I remembered, like I heard that somewhere. So I in the comments they said this is awesome. This is an awesome throwback to Serious Sam: The Second Encounter. So
It makes sense because this game technically takes place before the first and the second encounter games.
Mhm.
Technically,
yeah,
as the third one was a prequel to the first. The storyline's weird, but yeah, so it makes sense. It's kind of in a way you think about it, more like a setup if you think about it. I guess.
Yeah. So I love that they reference that, and yeah, the music. If you like, not even if you don't even play the game, I would just say listen to the music. I think it's worth it just for that.
Okay.
And on to you, Tubby. What do you like about this?
For me, man, that was one of the things I was gonna say, but I'll find something else. Look at my notes. Okay, here we go. Gotta give credit where credit's due. You can't say that this game does not have any customization options because this game comes with a crap ton of customization options. Just like really fine tune on how you want to play the game. The different screen filters, the different character models to pick from, being able to adjust respawn timers, like how enemies die. It's just it's a lot of like really cool stuff in there. And it's funny because these are the kind of things that you would expect to see in a game, like maybe towards the end as you unlock things, like a feature. But no, they give you all the tools, have at it, have fun. And that's one thing I really enjoyed about the game. Just the freedom of letting you decide how to play it. Do you want to have a respawn timer where it's like instant and you have infinite lives? Like, why not? Just go ahead and do it. I thought that was pretty cool. I rarely see that in games too. So it was just a nice breath of fresh air that they had those customization options. So yeah, that was pretty cool. What about you, Tailman? Second thing.
Ooh, okay. Let's see. Second. Ooh, that's a good. Oh man.
Uh-oh.
No, because I don't want to take one I know you want to talk about,
okay.
and I don't want to take one that I know.
I got like 10 of them. I think
you do. Okay. Okay. Well, there's one thing I definitely liked was definitely the what's it called the fact that they gave because in the other games they didn't really do it much, but I like the fact in this game they gave your teammates like somewhat of actual personality, and it kind of just helped kind of immerse yourself. Like they're all just like just talking with each other and like shooting the just like as if just buddies saving the world casually. I really like that. For me personally, I like that they gave your comrades in this game some they actually have dialogue and they actually have their own unique personalities, and there are some points where I would laugh at something they would say and I would just be like, what the heck. So the characters have their own unique input in this game. Even some of the one-offs have their own little quirks that just makes this game somehow that just fit within the game's just really like complete left field environment, and it just somehow works. I really like the characters in this game. Even
like all the side characters and just the cast.
Even the side, basically everyone had their own kind of personality you could feel, and maybe some of them were kind of cheesy, but I think it personally fit into the game's kind of just overall feel. It's like I'll admit. So I definitely like the characters, the approach of the side characters in this game compared to the other ones, where most they'll get like maybe a few lines. Here they actually fleshed them out, and you could kind of understand how they would be and all that. So I really like the approach here, especially when they appear in the BF3. So
okay, like it.
Yep, next.
I enjoyed the side quests, honestly, more than the main game. And that is because
Dang.
they gave you some rewards for completing a side quest, and not just like rewards that would be some health refills or some ammo refills. They actually give you some gadgets or other weapons that you could find during those quests. And not only that, they were pretty fun. Like defending the farm, you had portals to defend. But everyone knows the best side quest of them all is the text adventure near the second. I think it's the second last level.
Yeah, if you went on the Arctic barge or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's the Arctic.
That was
that
crazy.
was the best one. It was just super cool. It took like 30 minutes. We really got into it. You may say that we seriously got into it. And
seriously.
At the end, we found the heart of the cards.
Yep. Chairman made all the right choices. We got to the end.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy.
I was seriously locked in. There you go.
Yeah, that is it for me, Toby. How about you? What's your second thing?
All right. For my second thing, I gotta give credit where credit is due. At least, when you're playing a game, you want them to at least try some new things. In this case, maybe it was not the best at all times, but hey, I still gotta give Serious Sam 4 props. They did try a lot of things. Some would say too many things, but either way, it was cool that they try to implement open world. They try to implement vehicles, armored core mecha style levels. They tried a lot of cool things. And isn't trying the most important thing of all?
Yeah.
Yeah. They tried. And you know what? Trying is better than not trying. So thank you, Serious Sam, for trying.
I wasn't expecting the mechs though, for sure. That caught me so off guard.
That really caught me off guard. I was like, dang, dude. Like when it's working, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
It was amazing.
We found out Serious Sam 4 Mecha is not his favorite mecha game.
No.
No?
I think. I don't know. It keeps changing.
Okay.
Oh,
Right.
okay. That's fair.
Is it my favorite mecha game? I don't know. Our conversation about Rocket Slime kind of flipped it on its head. But at that point when we were playing, I did say it was my favorite mecha game. So I don't know. We'll see. That might be its own recording. But let's move on to question 5. What are 2 things you did not like and how would you improve it? And as always, we'll be alternating for this one. Take it away, Tailman.
Get me started. All right. Now, the one thing I did not like about this game right off the bat was the seriously, like, overly huge levels for what they were. I don't know why. I don't know if the game was trying to be like an open world exploratory game, but I felt the levels were just way too big for what they were. I feel like half of the time I would just be walking when honestly it should just been right next action, some downtime, action. Here it was action, walking for like 5-10 minutes, action, walking, and then action. It just really ruined the flow. Like compared to the earlier games where you get like a little breather and they right back into it. You're like, oh, okay, here we go. Here you're just like walking around trying to find the next place because that little what's it called guide that you press to find where you're going sometimes doesn't even work either. So it'd be like, okay, where do we go? Like I think we kind of got lost a little on the last few levels.
Our bikes. Where'd our bikes go?
Yeah, or the bikes, or like the arrow would like take you somewhere like off the rail, and then it would just glitch out and say, "Oh, you have to go back," and you go there. It's like, no, you gotta go back the way you came, and it just like all of a sudden, oh, you have to go this way. It just really. I don't know. That one really annoyed me a little. Honestly, was just the levels felt like they were way too big for what you were trying to do in general. So, for at least for the tone of the game. So, yeah.
So
that was
how'd you fix it then? Just don't do it.
just make the levels more condensed, and I think half of the problems would probably be solving themselves. Just don't make the levels way too big. Because I honestly, as much as the vehicles were cool, like the mechs and bikes, I feel like they were just padding. Honestly,
serious padding.
Yeah, because the bikes, I mean, it was fun, but it's like
why?
Half of that time you could. What was that?
It's like why?
Yeah, why?
Why does it exist?
Yeah, it's a cool addition. Don't get me wrong, but I felt like that time spent doing that, you could have just been walking there like maybe less than a few minutes, and you would have been right back into the action. Like, I don't know, maybe they were trying to showcase a hint at something coming up. I guess that would be cool.
No.
But
you want to hear my theory?
Yeah, let's hear it. But yeah, that's my issue, which is over a larger amount.
Honestly, with how the game is, with how like all the different things it tries to do in the open world, I seriously think that it was supposed to be an open world game. And they tried out so many ideas, but they were rushed or something happened during development. And then they like kind of released this game that feels really different throughout the game.
You know what? That would make sense then why there would be bikes in like really large open places. Like maybe like how you notice like every level when it comes to a new place we lose all our weapons. Maybe that one level beforehand was supposed to be one just big area that we have to do objectives in.
Mm-hmm.
Now that I think about it, yeah, because you know how I notice every new level or area we lose all our weapons because we always happen to jump out of the plane, I guess, but that's beyond the point. If you notice, it's always happens because we fall out of plane.
It's not every level. It's
for like the plot.
It's only a few levels that happens.
Okay, maybe that's just me being a little salty over the really large levels.
The levels that happens is like in rapid succession, so it makes sense why you think it's in every level.
So they had a grand vision, but couldn't quite execute it.
And then another reason I say that is because of DLC, Siberian Mayhem. They went back to a more tightly knitted level design, and that's why people like it better.
Because it felt like older Serious Sam games where it wasn't like
and it's polished. But anyway, we'll get to that. I'll let you finish. I'll let you finish.
That's basically my piece. Just the match just felt way too big for what the game was. Essentially, that's basically it. Yeah. Next.
All right. Well, I'm gonna start out with something that's not. Well, I was gonna say because Tubby's probably gonna go down that route.
We don't know.
I'm gonna have this. Oh no, I know. I hope so. Someone has to bring it. I'll bring it up if no one does. But anyway, the first one I'm going to go with is the secrets. They're bad. They're boring.
Yeah.
Seriously boring.
The series is known for more than picking up a health or ammo on buildings or behind bushes randomly. I don't know where. Or I don't know why they didn't have any cool secrets besides the one in the soccer field in that one level. That kind of stuff.
The older secrets.
Yeah, that's the kind of stuff in the older games you would see a lot more often instead of just random health or ammo pickups. It was really boring, and not to mention that getting to the secrets is also annoying, especially if you had Taco run on like Tubby and Tailman did. So not only was it annoying, the controls were bad to get to the secrets, and then just most of the time it was just not worth it. It was already something we had. Sometimes it would be a weapon, but most of the time it's just a health pickup or a gadget that we already have.
Yeah.
And I know it takes time to make fleshed out secrets, especially like I was kind of saying earlier. I really do feel like something happened during development, and the team was just rushed.
I'm sure it has to be
not until the DLC do they add the developer secret room, which was a staple in the previous Serious Sam games. So that's how I know something messed up during development.
Right.
Yeah, they added the developer room in the Siberian Mayhem DLC.
Oh, they did. Okay, that's cool. All right.
They did. And yeah, it's just unfortunate, especially Tavium. It sucks that this is the first one we got into, and it is not great. I think you would have loved like the previous games, but who knows? There's still the DLC, which is better.
Yeah.
But that's just me. That's just my opinion.
It's just a theory.
And yeah, all right, Toby, on to you.
This is my favorite Serious Sam game, guys. Come on.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know. One thing I did not like. How would I improve it? I mean, I talked about it earlier. Now I'm really gonna go into it.
Oh,
what is going on with the melee? Like,
yeah.
Like, why does it exist here? Why would you even tease us with the melee tree? Just the melee in this game just felt seriously jank and seriously tacked on, and it was so underwhelming. So Tailman and Nakusa were telling me about like a sledgehammer and all these other cool melee weapons they had in previous games. So I was thinking, okay, maybe it's like melee sucks in the beginning, and then overall, and then as time progresses, maybe it'll get better, cooler, stronger. And I hate to say it, there was no other melee weapon. We were stuck with our knives. The only other melee weapon you could pick up were like these stop signs, but you had to put a skill point in the skill tree to even do it. And it was not worth it. It was terrible. Like the melee just didn't feel very fun to use. There was no weight when you swung the weapon. There was no like nice feedback when you hit something with it. And then if you're going to be doing like melee, you want to like, that's like really important. Like you want to get that proper feedback when you stab something or smack something with a really heavy weapon. It just missed on all marks. Like I was literally a detriment to the team every time I attempted melee. And then eventually I just moved away from it. So how would I improve it? Either you fix it and do a complete overhaul of the melee system, or just in all honesty, with the state of the game, just completely strip it out and just get rid of the melee tree at this point. Like there's like no purpose to it. I would even say like, instead of a melee tree, just focus on what you have in the game so far, which is like great gunplay, like Tailman Nakuso said, and just maybe make the right side of the skill tree like a utility tree. Maybe, I don't know. Regenerating health, sure, or a larger radius pickup for ammo. And, just like stuff like that would have been more useful than a freaking melee tree.
At least you got to ride the werebee bull a few times.
Dude, I did, and I made sure to include it in this gameplay montage, so it was in there earlier. But yeah, that was cool. And then I realized, just like the rest of the melee tree, it's like, yeah, that's cool, but there's no use for it. It's so specific.
Yeah, unfortunately.
It's more like a novelty, The melee tree is like, that's what you go into when you're really bored, when you're seriously bored and you want to make the game a lot harder than it needs to be.
Seriously nerf yourself.
So yeah, that's my thing, is the melee. How would you fix it? Just don't have it in the game.
Just omit it.
Just get rid of it. Either they need to go all in with this and really start from the beginning, or just don't include it at all. And I think including it at all is probably better at this stage.
It's damage control.
Like something is so bad that's just better to start from the beginning. This is the melee tree.
Just wipe it clean and just start from the ground up.
Wipe that sucker clean. Wipe that Melee
God.
vomit, clean, but that's
The
my
bad taste in your
thing.
mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, tell man. Second thing, what you got?
Oh my god. Alright, I'm gonna say it first just so I can save all the trouble. The freaking glitches and like bugs we ran into this game. Like
There it is.
I don't know how we managed to like I don't know how we possibly did it, but in every stream, on every game session stream that we had, except for maybe the last part of the game or the last stream of Serious Sam Wednesdays, there has been at least one or two instances where the game crashes, we have a game-breaking bug, or both. And somehow we somehow just ended up taking turns on who gets broken at that time. Apparently, and these bugs are not just like minor. Oh, look, I can't find this item. No, it's like you can't even continue, or like there was some serious issues with syncing, or the game just didn't want to spawn a particular item you want to pick up. For example, we tried to get this attachment for the shotgun that launched grenades. Tubby and Oxo got it, but when I got there, it wasn't there for me. So I had to actually leave the game, rejoin, and then I could get the thing. It was just like, why is that even a thing? Or, sometimes the game would just randomly crash, and
Oh yeah,
we had to start over from the beginning of the level. And
blue screen Noxel's computer. Remember?
Didn't like crash Noxel's computer to like blue screen?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's how bad it got. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's never happened. For backstory, me and Noxo played all the other games, and we've never had those kind of issues at all. Maybe like maybe the once in a while glitch, which is fine. But here it happened like every day we try to play. So something's gotta be fixed there. I don't know how they did manage to do that, but that's a record. Every stream had some sort of game breaking glitch or bug, and we have to restart the level twice. Sometimes 3 times just to see what happens. Oh my gosh, yeah, that really, because when I was enjoying it, that would take me out of it and just ruin my mood for the rest of the session or enjoyment. It's like, oh, really? So that's the
blue screen is crazy. And Noxel said he hasn't had one of those in like a long time.
Yeah, because me and Noxel have played all the Sears Sams. That's never happened. This is the first time that's happened, as far as I remember, playing any of the Serious Sam games. So it's like, oh my gosh, it's crazy. Yeah. So yeah, the bugs and the glitches, game breaking, all that. Oof.
The pathing, the AI.
Yeah, the AI had some really janky things going on too at times. So
there was so much stuff.
It was.
We were, every time we launched this game and we started playing and streaming this, it's like,
when is it gonna break?
It's not a matter of if it was gonna crash or we were gonna encounter like a game breaking bug. It's a matter of when. Like, when was it gonna happen this time?
We would try and predict who was gonna happen to next.
Mm-hmm.
At one point, that's how bad it got. Like, all right, who's gonna be next to get it?
And I don't think these. And Noxo can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think these levels had proper checkpoints that you could load into. So we'd have to play from the beginning every time something happened. Mm-hmm. So, seriously unfortunate.
Seriously jank. I think that's where I started to come up with that theory.
Yeah, seriously jank. Oh no. So how'd you fix the tail, man? Tell us like the exact codes you would use and.
Okay, so public static void string args, hello world type thing. Fix the net code. I guess that's really it. Just fix the net code. I don't know how. I'm not a programmer by any means, but just fix it. I don't know. Have that happen.
All right, awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, they did fix it.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, in the DLC.
Oh, I'm talking about the game.
Oh,
okay. How to fix it? Play a different game.
Sure. A little plug-in. If you guys want to see us play a DLC, leave a comment below. Just type in Siberia and we'll know. Yeah, that was the big. That for sure was one of the ones I that stuck up to me was just the game breaking crashes and all that. So yeah. Next.
All right. So I'm gonna go off what Thomas said, but I'm gonna go even further into the performance side.
Oh
I had
yeah.
I had a lot of weird issues with texture pop-ins, audio issues with cutscenes, specifically for me and Tubby,
Mhm.
where in certain cutscenes we could not hear the audio, while Taman could hear the audio.
Yeah,
That
that's why
was
I was so
super
confused.
weird.
Yeah, I was like, I'm hearing everything just fine.
And yeah, I did mess with my settings, put everything on high. I still had some weird texture pop-ins. I think this game is in Unreal, which Unreal has an issue with texture pop-ins, especially if you don't have your game optimized. And it just made it really a poor experience.
Mhm.
It was like seriously one of the biggest things about this game for me. I mean, of course, that goes with the bugs kind of leading into it, and then the animations for a lot of NPCs running. I think as Tony put it, it's like a first year animator trying to finish their project or something.
Yeah, in the last week. Too real.
I don't know. So I'll just take your word for it, bro. Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, this is kind of and another one, which is I guess in performance / bug, is the issue Tubby had with his monitor where he had to literally change his monitor settings because the game was too dark in one room in the level. Which I never heard of that before.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Oh my god. I think I was streaming when that happened too. Like troubleshooting live.
Yeah, I told you it was bad while streaming too. It's like, oh my god, all those issues.
It was something.
It makes for content. That's all I can say.
I'm gonna say I think this game is more stable from what I've seen on console than it is on PC. So if you would have to play this game,
you have to
play it on, if you want to play this game,
there you go.
I would recommend playing it on consoles instead of the PC, unless like I don't know. Hopefully, there's a fan patch, something in the future. How would I fix this? It's so easy. Just have more time to work on the game if they have more time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what happened, but definitely they need
20 more layers of polish.
They need to spend like another year just working out all the issues of the bugs, the visual bugs, especially during the last fight against that one cyber demon. When you're grappling, your hook isn't even attached to your
my
arm.
god. Yeah.
Yeah, that was something. I don't know what happened there.
With the mechs, still, when you're shooting, it doesn't actually come out of the barrel. It comes in front. And it's just so many small instances like that throughout the game that, like, at first, it's like, you could maybe excuse a couple, like, you know, it happens. But when it's like blatant in every single level during every play session that we had, along with the blue screen that I experienced, I thought blue screen wasn't even a thing anymore because it's been like 10 plus years since I experienced the blue screen.
It's been man.
And Serious Sam is like, surprise, I'm back.
The blue screen is still here. But just with that, like I have a loss for words. But like I said, just do what you did with the DLC in the future. Scale back. Try not to do so much. And also just work on the performance, especially for newer computers. There's like so many variables happening these days when it comes into development. And I understand that it's actually, you know, difficult, especially when you have a smaller team.
Mm-hmm.
But on a side note, they do have the Talos Principle 2, which do not experience these kind of issues. And it's actually a pretty good puzzle game. I played the first one a long time ago, and the second one also apparently is really good. So,
nice.
I don't know if they were working on two teams, or it was like one team was working on a game and they like play tested it better, or if they just had to split their resources or whatever happened. But Talos Principle 2 Talos Principle 2 came out after Serious Sam 4. So I don't know. There's some weird stuff happening. I rest my case. Onto you, Toby.
I mean, what else can I say? It's like I could really like pinpoint like really small issues, but
the incomplete character models.
Yeah, like we can I can pinpoint really small things, but the fact that you're about to hear this for a third time, the bugs, man. The bugs were everywhere. There were more bugs in this game than in Helldivers 2. Like it's just insane how unoptimized, how unpolished this game is. When we first started playing it, it was like, there's a little bit of charm to this, I think. And then as we started going further, and it really started to become apparent that they've just did not have enough time to finish their final and turn it in within a week. It was just really rough. Everything, audio desyncing, people's computers were crashing. Just, you could forgive anything else, but it's like stability of a game, making sure it works from beginning to end. The moment you turn on the game to when you exit the game, like that is like my minimum. Like if you want to know how I score, if you can accomplish at least that much, I will start you out at a 6. But in this case, with the entire experience, it was rough. I had a good time, but man, it's just, you cannot deny that there were too many bugs in this Goofy, and I can't. This game just has so many visual, audio, so many bugs. This game's bugged out. This game's bugging. But yeah, that's my thing. How would you fix it? That's like Nakaso, Tailman were saying, they need a lot more time. They need to leave this in the oven. They need to bring the oven back to Home Depot and just let it sit there and let it think about what it's done.
Whatever oven they use, return it and get a new one.
Yeah, all the parts too in the oven, just disassemble it, put it back in the manufacturing plant, because it needs a lot more time to be polished. But I'll get more into that in question 6. But that's my thing. How would you fix it? They need more time. They need a lot more time. We could do like a whole video on itself, like analyzing every bug and how they could fix it, but we don't got that time. Question 6. Final question. What is your final verdict and final rating from 0 to 10 using a 0.5 scale? Take it away, Tailman.
Right. So, despite us ripping in a new one, I will say just to be real though, when it did work, I was having a blast. When the gunplay was basically, when the game wasn't bugging out, everything was working. I was enjoying the game like a lot. I was having a lot of fun with the gunplay. The enemies, just coming out of nowhere, like just shooting him. Shooting us and all that, with all these bullets flying around, enemies spawning left and right, rockets flying, black holes being spewed out like it was money. When it worked, it was such a fun experience, especially since we played with 50 lives. As it dwindled down, we joked less and started locking in more. Those are the moments I actually like. That's what makes Serious Sam serious. It's just like, oh shoot, we gotta focus. We got like 10 lives left, and that's it. We were all starting to pull like hallway straps. Stay in the corner. When the game worked, it was fantastic. I enjoyed every second of it. But when the game did do its weird glitch and breaking, then it really took me out of it. It was hard to get back into the groove after that happened. So this I did enjoy it, but when those little nuances came about, it really did ruin my enjoyment, and then all that. So with that in mind, when it did work, this game would have definitely been like a solid 8 for sure, 8.5 for me at least. Like when the moments what we had were more of those, but at the moment as it is, and with the weird design choices factoring that in, I'm definitely gonna give this game a 7.5. It's a slightly above average game. When it does work, it's great, but it has a lot of things that are holding it back, in my opinion. So
Okay.
like the open, like with the weird design choices of the maps, and like you say, the busted Bailey. It might as well just, like you said, took it out
Just delete it.
and yeah, delete it. Because if what Nakaso's saying is true about the DLC, then I'm really curious to see how they changed it on the DLC if we ever try that. So at the moment, as where it stands, it's a great game, but it's seriously hampered. It's seriously hampered by a lot of weird design choices that I think Nakaso may have had something. I think it may have had a point. Like maybe the game was meant to be something else, but upper management was just like, "No, push it out," and then this is what happened. So, but yeah. 7.5 is the score I'm giving this game, and that's what I got to say about that. Next.
Okay.
All right, so there were way too many issues with this game not being polished. So like the story, animations, and performance issues. And overall, in my opinion, this game looks worse than Serious Sam 3, which came out like over a decade ago. And that's bad.
Oh, yeah, did it?
It is not. I know games, gameplay before visuals, but this game, I don't know what. Like, and then again, going back to Talos Principle 2, it's a big difference. All right. Well, on to the more positive stuff. I did enjoy the gunplay, the humorous moments. Kenny, our boy Kenny.
Our boy Kenny.
I like that dude. It's like, and of course, like Tubby, how you mentioned earlier on, the accessibility options from the previous games to this game has always been a great staple. And, I appreciate all the options that you can mess around with. But then there's like the lack of appealing secrets and bugs in the game, which really pushed my score lower than it was going to be initially. If this game didn't have any other issues like with bugs or performance issues or graphical glitches, I would have honestly given this a 7.5. But what we experienced, like not only me, Tailman, and Tubby, I put everyone's experiences into my own and mash it up into a final score of 5.5 out of 10.
Dang. All right.
Yeah.
Understandable. Very understandable.
It's unfortunate. Like, I really do hope that, the Siberian Mayhem, the issues, maybe in the future we can play it to see like what they changed. Because I know they went back to a more linear style and fixed a lot of stuff in this one.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like they went too big. They tried too much, maybe in development. Like ideas clashed, and eventually they just had to put it out. And this was the result of it.
It's like a weird mismatch of open world and non-open world. It's like, what?
Mm-hmm. And in the end, it's a lackluster experience, and it's just sad to see. But again, a 5.5 out of 10.
Okay. All right. For me, this was my very first Serious Sam game of all time. So, it's only uphill from here. I would say, kind of like what Tailman was saying, when it worked, which was sometimes it worked, there were a lot of moments of like brilliance, and it was fun. You could see their vision. You could see what they were going for. They wanted you to just be bombarded with hundreds upon hundreds of enemies. You're spraying bullets, running for your life. Like those were the moments that it was so exciting. The horde of enemies rushing after you, holding them off with like a flurry of bullets. It was like, that is when the game was at its peak. And that is when the game was at its like funnest. Because that's totally a word, funnest. But unfortunately, when those moments of brilliance and fun were just quickly overshadowed by how buggy the game was, the game crashing, enemies getting stuck on walls, characters flying out of bounds, weird objective markers telling you to go the wrong way for some reason, visual bugs and glitches. Like, and I had to really look at where my score ranges were in Video Game Book Club. So I actually went back to the spreadsheet and like looked at how I rated some of the biggest stinkers of Video Game Book Club. And I don't think I've scored a game in this range yet. So thank you, Serious Sam, for being the first game, I think, within this range. So I think it just, this game needs a lot of tender love and care still. It needs a lot more time to oven, like we've said. But what's there is it just sucks because you can see that there is a great game in there somewhere. We just need to rip it out and play it. But for me, as my very first Serious Sam game, I'm gonna give Serious Sam 4 a 4.5 seriously slams out of 10. It was rough. It was rough. And the only reason why I'm even able to rate it this low is because I know that this is still higher than what was that game called? Sports Story? It's still higher than Sports Story for me. But it's also not as high as, I don't know, something like Double Kick Heroes. So I'm like putting it in like that middle ground. I think there's potential. It just needs some serious help. I still had fun though. I want everyone to know I still had fun. I still had fun with this game. I'm glad I played this game with you guys. If I played this game by myself, I don't think I would have seriously finished it. I probably would have stopped at some point. But playing the game with you guys, reading it, reading the little visual novel towards the end, it's just like
that was probably one of the better
it helped.
of the game.
It helped a lot. It helped a lot, and I really enjoyed playing it with you guys. So either way, thank you for inviting me on this Serious Slam adventure. I really appreciate it. Amen. So,
amen.
Let's the final score breakdown. Tailman with 7.5, Nakuso 5.5, Tobimura 4.5. So calculating it all out, Serious Sam 4 gets our final average rating of 58.3% or 17.5 out of 30. Amen. Ooh. Amen. Anyways, Nakuso, do you know what time it is?
11:36.
It is 11:36. What else? What other time is it? Duel.
8:36 your time.
It's 8:36. So take it away.
All right. Since I just told everyone the time of this recording, if you could seriously bring one weapon from another franchise into Serious Sam 4, what would it be, and how would it work against our enemies?
All right, Tailman.
Let's start off with Tailman. Take it away. I hope you have an answer, right?
I have two answers: a serious one and a meme one. I'm going to go for the meme one.
All right, go for the meme one.
All right, if there's one gun I would totally put into this game just for the sake of memes, would either be a single or the dual clubs from GoldenEye.
Oh.
Yeah, for those who don't know, which is a possibility, the clubs have been ranked as one of the worst weapons ever in FPS history, from what I last remembered. In fact, if there's a tier list, the club would either be second or first place for worst guns ever in a FPS game.
Dang.
Yeah, and dual clubs isn't even any better. You would think it would be, but nah, they're just really bad guns. And the funniest part I didn't know about the clubs is they were named after a developer who worked on that game, I think. So they're like, how's it like to be named, have a gun named after you? He's like, I don't know. That's regarded as like one of the worst weapons in FPS history. Yeah, because basically the rundown is the club only had 20 rounds. It had a slow fire rate, but its damage was less than the second weakest gun in the game, which would probably be the Walther PPK. So imagine 20 shots weaker than the starting pistol, and you still can't get a hit or kill on anyone. Unless, even on a full mag, you wouldn't kill them, apparently. Or something like that. I'm a bit iffy with it, but it was regarded one of the worst weapons in FPS history. So I would put the dual, heck, even the single club in there in Serious Sam, just so you can feel like you're shooting, but you're not doing anything.
That's a good meme weapon. Good choice.
It is the meme weapon as far as I can tell. So that's what I would put in this game if it was a choice. Next.
All right. So for me, I would pick Mr. Zircon from Ratchet and Clank.
Ooh, good one. Okay.
Yeah. Not only do you have a flying drone with you, but it also drops funny one-liners in Ratchet and Clank. So it would really fit the vibe of Serious Sam. I'm not sure if you ever seen Mr. Zircon, Tailman. But,
I've never heard of it.
I think you would like that guy.
Yeah.
Mr. How do you spell his name?
Mr. Zircon. Zurkon.
Yeah.
Oh, I was off. Instead of E, it's an
Oh
I.
yeah,
Okay.
he would match well with the cast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not only would you have your own flying trash talking drone with you, I would like to see his interactions with Sam. I think it would be hilarious. And not only did I pick Mr. Zircon because of the humor, but also because of the upgrade system in Serious Sam 4 specifically. So this would be
Ooh.
a clash between Ratchet and Clank and Serious Sam mechanics, because in a Ratchet and Clank, the more you use your weapon, or in this instance, the more you use Mr. Zircon, he'll level up. So I just thought, how cool would it be if there's like a specific tree for Mr. Zircon within Serious Sam 4? So it acts as a
Dang.
level up. And he has like 5 different levels. And of course, the more you invest into him, the deadlier he gets. Just from shooting little measly pellets to shooting rockets. I think it'll be a super cool thing. And then maybe you can even have Mrs. Zircon.
Dang.
Ratchet and Clank.
the whole family.
Like and Zircon Jr.
Ooh, all the Zircons. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I think it'd be fun. Especially like Serious Sam is this game similar to Ratchet and Clank where the weapons are like a big selling point and a fun factor.
Mhm.
So that would be cool. How about you, Toby?
That's so funny because I also picked the Ratchet and Clank weapon.
Oh, you did you?
Yeah. Kid you not? For my weapon, I know Tailman probably knows this one. The Rhino 5 weapon. You know what this is, right? It's the one that shoots all. Yup, it shoots all the rockets.
I know the place like Beethoven's Fifth. Doing it.
Yeah. So in Ratchet and Clank, and I checked it, it was a Ratchet and Clank Crack in Time. It's an endgame weapon called the Rhino 5, and it would play the 1812 Overture by Tchaikovsky. So I was like, man, this soundtrack is already amazing. Imagine if you had like a freaking rocket that shot other rockets and that shot also smaller rockets. Just a bunch of like a crap ton of rockets, and then it would play like remixes of the in-game soundtrack, like a classical rendition of it.
That would be sick.
as it's firing. So I thought that would be pretty cool. Plus the music is already like awesome in the game. I just thought like that would be the perfect weapon to match the chaos. And we already have a lot of rocket weapons in Serious Sam 4. So it's like, why not add another one? The Rhino 5. It would be called Seriously Rhino. Seriously Rhino 4-5. Amen.
Rhino serious.
Rhino serious. Ooh, that's a good one. But I think that'd be awesome. I'd love to see it. I was gonna put a melee weapon in there, but then I realized the tree wouldn't help it, so it would still be terrible.
Oh.
So Rhino 5. But yeah, that concludes this episode of Video Game Book Club. Thank you, Nakaso, for the question, man. Can't believe we finally brought it back.
It's the perfect time.
It's the perfect time. Anyways, thank you for tuning in. And if you'd like to join the Video Game Book Club Discord and play and discuss video games alongside us and the community, the link will be in the description box below. With that said, take care, have a good one, and we'll catch you in the next episode of Video Game Book Club. Say goodbye, everyone.
See ya.
Bye, everyone. Oh.